Let's talk about the MVP favorite at minus 115. A very popular bet at Action Network is Luka Doncic threes.
Yeah,
Everyone throws a
always.
lot of money on gambling on Luka's threes. Luka over 3.2 threes per game, minus 115. You like the over,
Yeah.
but right now you say it's a pass.
Yeah.
Why is it a
So
pass?
I think it's a pass because last season he was at 3.1 makes on 8.8 attempts. And this kind of spiked, and it spiked a bit in particular without Brunson. But he only played 3 games without Brunson. And in those games, he took 10.3 3-point attempts. So my concern here is that obviously they were THJ wasn't healthy last year, and then now you have Bullock, you have Wood, you have a couple more mouths to feed there. I think I'd rather use it almost as like rather than lay the money for the whole season because I think he'll probably end up around here, maybe in terms of his average. Like I'd rather pick my spots on individual nights and say like, or especially maybe at the beginning of the season in terms of looking to bet his over on his threes, especially if they open it at 2.5, just because if he really does see a spike without Brunson, then we'll be able to capitalize on it initially. And then, it might start evening out as the season goes on as they try to figure out what their offense really looks like. But that was my concern. I think their offense has really changed without Brunson, adding Wood, even though he apparently he's going to play off the bench. And then you're going to have some other healthy guys there. So that was what my concern is with in terms of that.
I wish I could just get the attempts number on him. That's
I know.
that's what I want to bet. I just want to bet his attempts number because I don't trust his efficiency. His
No.
efficiency waxes and wanes so consistently, so inconsistently. I will say I can't take a position of the under here
No.
because I think his usage is going to be insane. Like my
Yeah.
position has basically been, I think that Luka Doncic is going to have one of the biggest usage seasons, maybe the biggest usage season in NBA history. I
Yeah.
think he's going to be. There's all this talk about Spencer Dinwiddie and Christian. Luka Doncic is going to have the ball so damn much.
Yeah.
The intention of this team and how they built it is very obvious. It's try and win a championship with Luka Doncic as MVP. I don't
Yeah.
know any team that is more designed to like shoot for this.
Literally, like I agree with you. I think my concern is just that he goes 3 for 10 from three on a nightly basis, and it's just like, yeah, I think he might just not really get there, or it's
Right.
going to be so thin. It's like I'd rather just if they're going to give me a 2.5 line, even if there's some juice on it, I'd rather bet that honestly than
Here's the
like
other
on an
thing:
individual day.
if he averages 3.5 threes per game, right?
Yeah,
If he averages, because that's a healthy over there. If he averages 3.5 3-pointers made per game, that's going to put him. That would have tied him for fourth last season. If he gets there, he's winning MVP. Just bet the MVP at plus 450.
yeah, yeah. That's a way better pivot. Way better pivot.
There is a DraftKings has all these team specials, and there's one for him I want to talk about real quickly while we're here.
Sure.
Plus 3,500. So I'm dipping into Brandon's not here, so somebody's got to take ridiculous long shots. So Luka, this is Luka to lead the league in both points per game and assists per game, and that's an absurd number. Like that's an absurd concept.
Yeah.
Except that Luka had a bad season last year and finished 5th in points. And he had a bad season with less of an offensive cast, and he finished 5th in assists. If I think he's going to play more, and if I think he's going to have more usage, and if I think Christian Wood eventually, once they stop benching him, is going to wind up giving him a bump in assists per game and his production and efficiency, and JaVale gives him better at rim stuff, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is back.
Yeah.
35 to 1. It's not often that I think that these bets are reasonable. That's how much I think Luka Doncic is going to have an absolutely absurd regular season.
Yeah.
Like, I think we may be in for one of the all-time statistical production seasons to go up there with Harden and Westbrook for just ridiculous. Oh my God, he had the ball so much.
Yeah. And I mean, it's worth like if you think he's going to do that, like I don't know, I think you have to bet the 35 to 1. Like you have to, because there's only so many guys that can really have more assists than him, and 2 of them were Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, who are now on the same team, and it's just unrealistic to think that they're going to do that with like sharing the ball. So I think if you like, since you're kind of taking two of them out, those are two of the people that finished ahead of him. The only two people that finished, it was Chris Paul, Harden, Trae Young, and DeJounte Murray, who had more assists per game than he did last season.
Yeah.
So you're essentially nerfing the two of them, and who knows what's going on in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So the 35-1 is crazy. I'm I'll sprinkle that.